All right. Well, Seanté, today is our 13th episode in a row. I'm glad you could be here, man.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me, man.
Heck yeah. So we're going to just shoot the breeze about some things that I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to have you on here for a long time. And so I'm glad you could finally make it. You had to get off work or figure something out to get in here. I really appreciate
It's all good, brother.
you figuring that out. So Seanté Williams is a former NFL football player, a currently training MMA fighter, and also an actor.
Yes, sir.
And, I saw, you've played some real scary-looking dudes on some of your acting roles, and they're almost always big, scary monsters. And your nickname in MMA is the Predator.
Yes, sir.
And right now, you're looking like you might have a possibility of being Predator 4.
Man, if I could, well, the thing is, brother, I just seen on the internet, they just finished the script, or they're working on the script for the Predator 4. So, there's always been my childhood dream to be in the Predator since I was a kid. So, with me now doing these movies, and I have actually, doing these movies, now I have experience.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in the Predator, he doesn't say nothing. He just walks around. He's big. He's tall. And it's just about body movements. So all I'm asking for is a tryout, an audition.
Yeah.
If I'm terrible, send me home. But I think he'll love me.
You don't think the Predator speaks with a Southern accent?
Oh, man. In that case, I'll be perfect, brother.
Yeah, that's true.
For real.
So, you're from Florida.
Yes, sir.
And but you were born in Newport News. Isn't that where Allen Iverson's from?
Yes, sir. I was born there. My dad, I'm a military kid. My dad, grew up in the Navy, 23 years, retired as a Master Chief. So we went from Virginia Beach to Florida, from Virginia Beach to Florida. So finally he got out and we settled down in Pensacola.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And was raised there ever since, brother.
So you lived in Pensacola from when to when?
Pensacola, see, my last year, I can remember correctly, living in Virginia was 1988, I think. It was 1988.
Yeah.
And from there, we moved to Pensacola. Been there ever since.
So what grade were you in 1988? You had been young.
I moved, when I got to Florida, I was in 6th grade.
Sixth grade.
When I was in,
So when you went to Florida, were you still like a military kid?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So when you graduated from high school, so your whole life you grew up as a military kid?
Whole life.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. Well, it's funny, like only guys from the South say yes, sir, all the time. I mean, like my brother lives in Birmingham right now, and everybody's like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. It's
kills
totally
me too.
different.
Because people look at me, they're like, why are you saying yes, sir? You're bigger than everybody else. Like, what does that have to do with anything? It's a respect factor.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's something that is totally different. Or, in the West, like I was raised in the military too.
Right.
And so I try to teach my kids, say Mr., Mrs., or yes, sir, no, sir. And Western parents, they don't like that. They're like, oh, man, don't call me Mr. Just call me like Joe or call me Mike. And I'm like, I don't want my kid to call you Mike. Let him call you something else. So I got like, it's kind of like the Polynesian culture. I have them called like my close friends, Uncle Todd or, Uncle whatever, just so it's like more respectful, But that's cool, man. So what, when you were growing up as a kid, I know in high school you played basketball and you played football. So what was it that made you finally think, or when did you start thinking that you maybe wanted to play some pro sports?
Okay. I can remember the whole story, brother. So I was playing my whole life. Played basketball mainly. Played basketball in junior high. We didn't have.
You're like 6'7".
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We didn't have no football team in junior high.
Yeah.
In Florida. So
you didn't have a junior high football team? Did you play like Little League?
I couldn't. I always weighed too much. We were about weight limit.
That's right.
And I always weighed too much, brother, and it killed me because I was always tall. I was never just fat and overweight. I was always tall and big boned. So I could never play.
Big boned.
So I got to high school. So when I got to high school, I started playing my freshman year. Yeah. They had me at tight end.
Yeah.
It was cool. I got blasted one time.
Yeah.
Came up for a pass, across the middle, wide open. I was 6'5" in high school.
Yeah.
dude hit me in my ribs, cracked me, killed me. Coach, man, I don't know. So then he moved me to defensive end later in that week. And that's what it was ever since,
so
man.
you're like, I like hitting better than being
I love
hit.
it. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You got to shake one or two
like
guys, get to the
perfect
quarterback.
DN. I mean, just swim and just slap them upside the head and you're gone, huh?
Love football, bro.
Yeah. Well,
absolutely.
So you originally signed with Auburn, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, you went to a couple colleges and then you ended up playing for the Packers. And so you played pro football on and off for about, 5-6 years?
From 2004 to 2010.
Yeah.
Yes,
so it's
sir.
like 6 years.
Yeah.
And then, so the crazy thing is, I mean, you showed up at the fight gym. How many years ago was that? 2 years ago?
That was 3 years ago.
3 years
About 3
ago.
years ago. Yes, sir.
So how did a dude from, a black guy from Florida show up in Orem, Utah?
Okay. Well, I was dating my now fiance, Tanya Chamberlain.
Yeah.
So we're to the point where we got sick of having a long distance relationship. So I'm like, why don't you move to Florida? She's like, I don't want to move yet. The kids are in school.
Yeah.
Why don't you think about coming out here? I'm like, man, black man in Utah.
So she lived here.
Yeah.
What was
she's
she
from
doing
here.
here?
She's adopted. She's from
really?
here.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
sir. She's adopted. So we had a long distance relationship off and on for a long time. So she was like, there's another big plus is we have a whole bunch of MMA gyms over here, pros. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So she flies me out because she worked for the airlines at the time. Flies me out. I get out here, takes me over to the pit, meet Jason Merlich. And that was it, brother.
Really? Yeah.
I met him. I met some of the guys in the gym. And I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. Coming from Florida to Utah, being black, I didn't know nothing about nothing. All I know, it's a church state. I was scared. I was nervous. Got here. I haven't had not one racial discrepancy towards me at all.
Really?
Not one. 3 years. I don't know if people are scared of me or what, but I love
people had to. I mean, just because of your size and your hair and stuff,
tattoos.
people had to look at you
all the time.
I mean, people
brother.
had to be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
You know.
What blows my mind is sometimes, like when I'm walking in the street, you can actually hear people lock their car doors as I walk by.
But that doesn't piss you off?
Nah, I'm so used to it, brother. Ever since high school.
Really?
Or since the dreads got longer and I got bigger, the tattoos, they just get so nervous. You can hear them click, 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 click. It's crazy.
Oh, man.
As soon as they meet me, it's like, okay, he's a good dude.
Well, so what got you thinking that you wanted to get into MMA since you didn't wrestle or do, any of that stuff in high school? What made you think, hey, I want to fight?
Honestly, brother, I just love being physical. And I've always wanted to box as a kid. But watching it, seeing now you can kick, you can use elbows, you can use knees. And after I got to football, I just didn't want to, not be active. I want to be active.
Yeah.
So me and a couple of my friends from Florida was like, see, we go find a gym. So we found the gym. That was it.
Really?
I mean, sounds violent, but I like hitting people in the face. In the ring. Only in the ring. Like, there is no greater feeling. It's like playing basketball when you dunk a basketball.
Yeah.
And the crowd's going crazy.
Yeah.
But when you catch somebody in the right spot.
And drop them.
And you see you got them, there's no greater feeling, man. And you get paid for it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's cool.
Love it.
That's interesting. I mean, because, football and MMA, those are two of the most violent sports. They're two of the most violent sports. And
100%.
but you're really the most down-to-earth guy, and, you're really a peaceful dude. In fact, one of the coolest things that I've seen you do in a while is tell me the story about when you got pulled over in the last couple of months and you ended up taking a selfie with this police officer. What happened with that?
Yeah, man. He can't lie. I'll go ahead and keep it real, guys. Got pulled over because I was watching the dunk contest while I was driving.
Was that what you were doing?
So he's on a motorcycle. So he told me he was beside me for 2 minutes at least.
Really?
I was so into the dunk contest that I couldn't even look over at him. So he pulled me over.
Hope my wife is listening to this.
So, I pulled you over. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So. And the whole time I'm just nervous, with the media. Everything's going on. And then I, have a concealed weapons permit. I carry a pistol on me all the time.
Yeah.
But, man, I told him, have my pistol. And when I told him that, bro, I just started shaking. And I thought he was going to think something was up once I started shaking. But I couldn't help it. I just could
you're
not
just nervous.
help it.
Yeah.
So he's, okay, no problem. Gave him my license.
Yeah.
Went back to his car. Okay. And I didn't have my seatbelt on either.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he gave me a warning for the seatbelt. Gave me a warning for I forgot something else. He gave me a
Not
ticket.
paying attention?
Yeah, exactly.
Or unattentive driving or something like that.
Brother. He gave me like a $100 ticket for, I could have killed myself.
Yeah,
I could have hurt
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
else.
yeah.
But after that, man, everything went smoothly. He was respectful. I was respectful. I think that's the problem too, Adam.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear too. I see a lot of stuff going on the internet saying blacks and this and whites and this with the cops. I don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
If a cop approaches you and you handle like, hey officer, how you doing? Or, why'd you pull me over? Why'd you pull me over? What'd you do?
Yeah.
What'd I do? No, you can't search me. Nah, you can't be like that. I don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
You ain't do nothing wrong. Hey officer, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Give me my ticket. Be on my way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, sir. And it's just crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, so you actually told him you had
Yeah.
the gun, and then he gave you some warnings, or did he give you a ticket?
He gave me a ticket. He gave me a warning because I had my seatbelt on,
yeah.
and he gave me a warning. I forgot what it was called. I forgot what the ticket
So he
was.
gave you a ticket for...
Yeah, it's a $100 ticket. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, $100 ticket.
So after that, I said, man, I appreciate it. I said, man, you mind if I get a selfie? All the drama going on around the world today with the cops and black people.
Yeah,
No problem, brother. Came over to the side of the car.
yeah.
Booyah.
Dude, that was awesome.
It was
That was
awesome,
way
man.
cool of
It
you.
made my
I
day.
like that, man. Because,
It really
it's guys like you that are trying to make a positive change. And I'm not
Exactly.
saying that I don't think there's some serious problems, and I'm not saying there's not bad cops
Oh,
and there's
of
not
course.
people doing bad things. But when you go out of your way to do something like that, that's what helps things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It doesn't make the problem worse, even though there is a problem. You're helping to figure out a way
Yeah.
to make things better, and that was what was way cool about it. So I really like that, man. Well, so it's interesting. I mean, so you have a concealed gun,
Yes, sir.
concealed carry permit. What made you think about getting that?
In Florida, man,
Yeah.
see, here's my thing. I get asked this question a whole bunch, brother, so I'm going to go ahead and make it clear. The whole purpose of having a gun is the same purpose of having a condom. Now, hear me out now. It's better to need one and not have one than to
No, better
not
to have one and not
Yeah.
need, or wait, have one and not need one.
Yeah, than to need one and not have one.
Yeah, okay.
So you never know when somebody's gonna try to shoot up the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
You never know when somebody's gonna try to rob you, try to take your car. I don't care where you're from. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People say, well, you don't need a gun, you're in Utah. But it doesn't matter. So I have a gun to protect myself.
Mhm.
And for another thing, I'm 6'7",
Yeah.
I'm 250.
Yeah.
So even if you was gonna rob me,
Mhm.
like a lot of people that rob me, or if I get out my car, they'll see my height, and they might just freak out and shoot me, man. So
Yeah.
just for protection.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I've never, of course, I never shot nobody. Only had to just pull out once at the ATM. Somebody walked up on me, but brother, I
Really?
yeah, in Florida.
Really?
It was scary.
Well, tell me about that.
Okay,
Man.
okay. Ooh, man, my heart going right now, brother. Okay, so I'm in Florida. I'm at my bank pulling some money out the ATM. I'm in my car, and in my certain spot to the right of this is nothing but fields and woods.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking to the right or left. As I'm pulling out my money, I'm looking at my rear view. And I'm seeing some guy running behind me. He's not only running, he's looking both ways, and he's running. So I grab my gun. Hey, man, what you want? Hey, man, I just want to know if I can borrow some money. Come on, bro, I don't even know you, man. You gonna run up to me while I'm at the ATM and dark, and you gonna try to rob me? Come on, bro. So that was the only time I ever had to pull my gun out.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's the only reason I carry
Yeah.
a gun. And then, like I
Yeah.
said, a lot of people say, you're in Utah. You're
Yeah.
big and you're black.
Yeah.
Big and black don't stop no bullet.
Yeah, that's true.
Big and
That's
black
true.
don't stop no knife. Big and
Yeah.
black don't stop anything. So I don't
Yeah.
care what color I am. I think if you are an American
Yeah.
and you have the rights to carry a gun,
Yeah.
you need to have a gun.
Okay, so what do you think about, because, even though the FBI is saying that this last shooting in San Bernardino was, motivated by terror, that, if there was stricter gun laws and stuff, that could prevent those kind of things. What do you think about, like, taking away the rights of, for you, for example, like, how do you feel about the idea of everybody around, could maybe have a gun? Like, what do you think about that?
Like I said, man, I think it's a good idea. I think if you
Yeah.
have the rights
Yeah.
to have a gun and, you're not a felon or you haven't been in trouble with the law too much, then yeah, you should.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, you have to protect your family.
Mm-hmm.
But for them saying they're going to come get all our guns, being in America, I think that's a bad idea. That's like what the terrorists want.
Yeah.
I think, personally, they don't want to come to America for the simple fact they know a lot of Americans, are strapped. Carrying concealed weapons.
Yeah.
Grandmas, grandpas,
Yeah.
Caucasian, Korean, black, it don't matter. So I think it's a bad idea. I don't know.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know anything about your politics,
right.
But most black people in America are Democrat,
right?
And Democrats are typically for gun control.
Yes, sir.
What's your feeling about gun control? Like, what do you think would happen? From knowing what you know, I'm sure you know a lot of dudes from some sketchy parts of town in Florida or whatever.
Right.
What do you think would happen if all of a sudden the government said, "Hey, nobody's allowed to have handguns"? What do you think would be like if all of a sudden in the whole United States they said, if you got a gun, it's a law for you to come turn it in? What do you think would be the long-term ramifications?
Man, I'm going to tell you straight up, man, 100%. I think that'd be the stupidest idea ever. Because as a criminal, no matter what the law says, I'm going to have my gun.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my drugs.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal this. I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for you saying, okay, the people cannot have our guns, criminals are like, yeah. Because think about it, as a criminal now, these days in America, if you're going to break in somebody's house, brother, you got to think, okay, now, I don't know whose house this is. Okay, I might have a gun. This guy might have two. His wife might have a gun. Mm-hmm. I don't know his son. I don't know who lives in his house. Yeah. So I think it would be a terrible idea because then they would know that they do have all the guns.
Yeah. So do you think that it would increase violent crime, or do you think it wouldn't change because the people that have guns would just say, "Screw you, I'm not turning it in anyway"?
I think it would increase. I think.
Because you think like some real like law-abiding citizens would be like, "Okay, that's the law. I'm going to turn it in."
Yeah. 100%, but that's really what I believe.
Yeah.
I was watching the news the other day. This lady in Detroit, older African-American ladies, two guys ran to her apartment, her house. She's like, "I have a gun." They didn't believe her. Three guys entered the front door. They ran out.
Yeah. So
I don't know if she killed one or she shot one. Yeah. But good for her.
Yeah.
You have the right, if you want to come in somebody's house late at night, you're an idiot.
Yeah. I'm going to brag about my dad for a sec. When I was a little kid, my dad was always my hero anyways, but he was, he's the big military dude, and he taught unarmed combat at the Air Force Academy. That's how I got into, like, MMA, is my dad taught that kind of stuff to dudes that were cadets at the Air Force Academy. And so one night, I don't know if it was a Friday night or whatever, but it was late at night. We get a call from a neighbor, and says, "Hey, there's somebody in the Roberts house." And the Roberts were on vacation. Right. And so, obviously all the ladies in the neighborhood know my dad's like the tough guy or whatever. So he's like, "All right, I'll go check it out." And so he leaves, he goes and checks it out. And then all of a sudden he just comes, boom, blasting in the front door. He's like, "Megan, where's my gun? Get my gun." My mom's freaking out, and I was just like, "Oh man, what the freak?" Because all my brothers and sisters were asleep, so it was just me and my mom. And my dad loads up his 357, and then he says, "You guys stay here." And then boom, he busts out the front door. And so I remember just sitting there like praying, "Oh, please, don't let my dad get killed." Or I didn't even know what was going on. And a couple minutes later, all of a sudden I hear this boom, boom, like these big, 357, loud, and then so my mom screams, we go run out the front door. A couple minutes later, my dad's like just got this dude, he's kind of like holding by his shirt and he's dragging him down the street. And he's like, "Hey, Megan, call the cops." And Megan's my mom's name. And so the cops came and took this dude away. And so it turns out these dudes were robbing our neighbor's house that were on vacation. And my dad was able to go, he just fired the shots into the ground, and they stopped, and he grabbed one of them. The other one took off, but then he got the one, so he ratted on his buddy, and so they ended up getting both dudes, and he never had to shoot anybody.
Wow.
But the gun was able to help.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a good example, because I would say now, like me having kids, I can't, my dad's crazy. I can't believe he like took off saying, "Hey, let me go try to get these burglars."
Yeah, man, for real.
There's two of them. But no, that's cool, man. No, I think it's interesting. Well, so what are you drinking right here, man? We just talked about that. We had these guys on the other day. The CBD What is that stuff?
Man, this is amazing water. This is they call it nano water, CBD water. Basically, what it is, it's water that actually gets into you quicker. It absorbs into your body a lot quicker than normal water. And I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I can't tell you what's all in here, but all I can tell you from experience, the first time I met Rich and Chase, brought me to his office, because I'm a fighter. And I was tired. I was beaten up.
Well, how'd you meet them?
Through Chase. Me and Chase. Me and Chase were friends, and he started working for Rich. So he brought me up to the office. And Rich said, I want you to try this stuff. So he sat me down, made me up a little drink, what it was. And within, honestly, brother, in 5 to 8 minutes, my whole mood changed. I was alert. I wasn't tired. I wasn't drowsy. I felt like I could think clear. And that was it, man. So they gave me a
And your fiance, she had an accident, right?
Oh man,
And so what's her? Does she drink that, or does she have something different that's more like a concentrate?
Well, she doesn't drink it constantly. We gave her a couple bottles, but she has PTSD. Yeah, basically we got.
How'd she get that?
She got in a car wreck back in 2010, brother. And it was bad. It wasn't too bad of a car wreck, but the way the car hit her, her head hit the side of the window. I don't know how hard it was. But we had a miscarriage that night.
Oh man.
And she's been having brain injury ever since. And we go to the doctors. They were all the meds they need. They give her this, that, over the counter prescriptions. Nothing. No, nothing they give her worked for her head, brother. Nothing at all. So brought this bottle home for her one day. She sipped it. Same thing, man. She just felt refreshed, and she wasn't at the same time. She came out her slump. And it was amazing. So
it just helped her. It just cleared her brain, made her be able to think more clearly.
Exactly, man. I remember she got up, she started washing dishes, and started being a lot more active. It's amazing, bro.
Well, that's interesting. Well, so another thing I wanted to talk to you about is what's it like being a big, strong black dude who's a fighter living in Utah? What's your experience as far as who do you hang out with? What do you do? I mean, what's your daily routine like?
Well, go to work. I work at a place called ABC Supplies. We're a shingle business, shingles, so doors, windows. So like a Home Depot, Lowe's, smaller nationwide. Do some warehouse work, some roofing work. After that, I work about 12, 13 hours, sometimes 14 to 15, it depends, brother.
And what's your job? You drive the forklift or what?
Yeah, sometimes I'll be in a warehouse, serve customers, or we'll have to do roof deliveries, or actually that's it. I do roof deliveries and I work in the warehouse. And it's a cool gig. It pays the bills.
So what's roof delivery? You drive the truck up and then that big conveyor belt?
Take the shingles to the top of the roof, unload them. That's it. Go back to the crib.
And so do you even have the energy to work out and train?
I ain't gonna lie to you, brother, man. Well, practice is at 10 o'clock in the evening, so I can never make team practice. They might have jits at 6 at night. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I don't have nothing left in me. Just because them shingles can weigh anywhere between 60 to 80 pounds. And you could throw anywhere between 100 to 500 a day. And people always ask me, why you do manual labor, but it actually keeps me in shape, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't lifted weights. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I haven't lifted weights since. Wow, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't lifted weights in probably about 3 years, brother.
Really?
I just do push-ups and throw them bad boys around all day.
Wow.
So, but after that,
that's working, man. That's working.
Oh yeah.
Do you even eat healthy at all, or you just eat whatever you want because you're working so much? You're just I can eat pizza, I can do whatever, and just stay in shape just because you got a good metabolism.
I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I eat terrible.
Do you? Yeah.
I eat horribly.
What do you like eating?
Pizza, sausages, brats. Of course, brats all the time. Spaghetti. I don't eat too terrible, I guess. For breakfast, most time I have eggs or a bagel, or most times cereal. For lunch, since I'm at work, Sometimes it'll be fast food, but now I'm getting to the point where we have a grill at work now. So I start bringing some meat so I can grill it out on the grill. But most of the time I eat healthy, bro, is when I got a fight coming up. That's when strict diet, so I can have all my energy in the ring.
Yeah. Well, so what is your plan right now with MMA? What's your plans with fighting? What's your next thing? What are you working towards?
Okay, this is what I want to do, man. First of all, I don't have the time to go to practice every day, so that sucks. But I want to get to the point where I can somehow get a part-time job, brother, and just train for 6 hours a day. Because right now, as an amateur, 6-1, as a pro, I'm 2-1. So it's like, you know, I'm beating guys, not trading, not working out, but I want to get to the point where I can take it serious. Like, I think personally, I'm not trying to be big-headed, that's what I think. I really think I could box with any of the heavyweights in the UFC or Bellator. Box. But my ground game needs major work. Major work.
And that takes a lot of years. Some of the best wrestlers, I mean, those dudes are in their mid-30s, and they've been wrestling since they were 6-7 years old.
Exactly, You know? So, for me, I want to get to the point where my ground game is just good enough to where, okay, somebody take me down, right back up. Right back up. I know I'm not going to get to the point where I'm 34 now. You're not
trying to be that. You're trying to just make sure. So, like, you working with guys like Rad Martinez a lot, work on your takedown defense.
Yes, sir.
That dude's a beast,
Rad is amazing, man. Honestly, I wish I could have been in Utah a lot longer because Rad is amazing. All the coaches over there, he taught me so much within 15 minutes, brother.
Really?
From the stuff he taught me from my last fight, even though I lost my last fight, it's just...
But isn't it really hard for you to give fights? Because, like, people see your picture, they know you're in the NFL, they're like, screw that, I'm not fighting a 6'7", 260-pound ripped dude.
Honestly, it's 9 people have backed out since I've been fighting.
Really?
Have backed out of fight.
Even after they sign the fight, they're like, oh, forget this.
And that's the only thing I hate.
I think I'm injured.
Exactly. But you got to think about it, though. I guess from their standpoint, this is what they do. Somebody calls me, hey, Seanté, I have so-and-so here. They want to fight you. So
you Google them.
Okay. Yeah. So first thing that comes up when you Google my name is NFL.
Yeah.
So like, whatever. Then my height comes up. Then my wingspan, my reach. And they're probably, man, forget that. You know what I'm saying? I got an 83-inch reach.
That's Bones Jones.
Yeah, he got 83 and a half. So he got me by half an inch.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm 6'7". I fight around between 245 to 260. But to me, as a man, brother, I don't know. I'm not trying to be big-headed again. Yeah. I really think if you're a fighter, it doesn't matter, man. Yeah. And I'm going to say this right now. I know people going to see this podcast, my brother, but I really mean, like, I'll fight anybody. My coach says no. Jason Merlick says no, then it's no.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a fight.
Yeah.
You don't have no gun. Mm-hmm. You don't have no knife. Either you going to get knocked out or I'm getting knocked out. Either you going to get choked out or I'm going to get choked out.
Yeah.
So to me, it just drives me crazy. Because you never know. I lost my last fight.
Yeah.
Big guy got me on the ground.
Yeah.
Got me in full mount.
Yeah. You couldn't
brother,
get him off.
I'm not going to lie to you, Adam.
Yeah. But see, that was just the wrestling experience that you didn't have.
Exactly. Yeah. Being on the ground and being my height, even in fights, I might get hit every now and then. Yeah. But I've never been hit. He actually hit me, dented me up, and probably almost knocked me out. Almost.
Yeah.
So now, brother, I'm just hungry, man.
Yeah. Well, so tell me, like, because there's a big, Utah, for the amount of people we have here, there's a lot of people that train MMA all up and down the state, from like Ogden all the way down to St. George.
Right.
And so, I know that the Pit, they decided they weren't going to have like the same fight team. And so Jason Merlick just recently started a new gym with Arnold Anderson.
Yes, sir.
And they got Rad out there as the wrestling coach. And that's called 4-7 Training Academy. What's the 4-7 fight team?
Yeah, 4-7 Jits, man. It's out in Spanish Fork. Y'all come check us out if y'all get a chance. But
so what made you? Because see, this is something that I think is interesting. Because Jason is my mentor. Jason's been the dude who's been teaching me what I call the jiu-jitsu that actually works because to me, learning jiu-jitsu with a gi is one thing, but people don't walk around wearing a gi. And so you got to learn to actually submit them without a gi and without all this stuff that you can choke them with. Because it's hard to just grab a dude by his t-shirt and choke him. You got to be able to figure out what to do. And so what is it that made you decide you were going to go with Jason down to Spanish Fork as opposed to just sticking at the Pit? What made you make that choice?
This is 100% my honest to God answer, brother. Playing football my whole life, fighting, doing everything, track, I had a bunch of coaches in my whole life. And I just feel something with Jason. Like, you know how you say you feel a special bond with some people, like something he actually cares? I'm not saying other coaches don't care for the fighters.
Yeah.
But that man Jason puts his heart and soul into this team.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's an amateur, pro. If you got a fight coming up or you need some advice, you can call him. You can probably show up at his house. He's just all about fighting. He's all about MMA.
Yeah.
If you need some advice or anything, you can come to him.
Yeah.
And his skills, to me, I've learned so much from him within a year than I've learned in the past. When I was in Florida doing training, I had a good coach in Florida, MMA. But Jason just knows so much. It's just crazy what you can learn in one day as a fighter. So coming here before, I'm thinking like it's a fight. You punch, kick, elbow. That's it. From footsteps to head placement, head off center. I didn't do none of this coming out here, brother. I was went in there and started to bang.
Yeah. So what sets Jason apart is that he's a little bit crazy because he's like obsessed with it. Like that's all he does. He just thinks about even the stuff he reads and the stuff he reads about Abraham Lincoln. He thinks about like how is something that Abraham Lincoln said, how's that going to apply to a fighter? You know, about determination or about focus or hard work or whatever it is. I mean, he's a little bit crazy because he's got that focus where that's what he thinks about all the time.
Yeah, he's like the Shakespeare of MMA, brother. He is, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. So, right now, do you have a fight scheduled?
I don't have one scheduled. A lot of people have been asking me, asking for one in February in Florida with Island Fights. And thinking about taking one with Steel Fist in March. I don't know the dates yet, but we'll see. But like I said, the thing is, brother, 34. I want to start training again. So
yeah. Well, so what's your boss think about you fighting? I mean, does he support it?
I ain't gonna lie, brother. My job supports my fighting a lot in the movies.
Yeah.
But you can't let me off every day at 10 o'clock to go to practice.
Yeah. At 10 o'clock at night?
In the morning. That's
in
the problem.
Morning. Yeah, practice is at 10 o'clock
team
in the
is at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I just can't make it no matter what.
Yeah. Well, so are you more focused on the acting or the MMA right now? Like, I mean, other than the fact that you got to do your job and pay your bills, what's your main thing that you're trying to put your extra time into?
I would say MMA. Even when I'm not at practice, like at work, I'm always shadow boxing. Yeah. I'm in Walmart, I'm always shadow boxing. Yeah. Or I'm working on my feet work, my foot work. Yeah. So I would say MMA, man, but I can't lie to you, brother. Yeah. Doing these movies has been amazing. Yeah. Like seeing myself on the big screen, I'm still speechless about it, brother. So,
even though they make you look so ugly? You look pretty scary.
Brother, they do. So I'm going to be honest with you. I have to say it's 50-50. If I could somehow just make it a money so I could train and just go do auditions or take some acting classes, that's what I would do. Because either way, one's going to help the other one out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I love fighting. People tell me, oh, you're 34 years old. You better hurry up.
Yeah, no.
I'll tell you right now, brother.
You're young, 34. Yeah, you don't have a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, that's one thing I can truly say that God gave me that I'm blessed with, brother. I know for a fact. I don't care what nobody tells me. For 34, I'm still dunking the basketball like it ain't nothing. Back dunk. Yeah. Whatever, windmill, whatever you want to do. I probably can still run at 4.8. Yeah. Probably right now 4.7 maybe if I stretched. Yeah. And I'm strong as an ox. Yeah. Yeah, I'm blessed with it. I mean, I'm surprised because I haven't been in the gym. So I've been I need to start kicking my own butt. Yeah. Because, bro, I have all the talent in the world. I have everything I need. I just need to get it done. I need to find out to make time for it. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I'll tell you what. I mean, this is one thing that I know. I mean, just because I know you and I know what the thing that you've had the least amount of practice with is if you ever want to go just do takedowns or something after work and just work on, like, you know, we could do like some like big gloves and takedowns. Right. I'm willing to do that with you anytime. Really? I mean, that's actually my strong point is the ground game of wrestling, because I grew up wrestling. And Jason, I've been working with Jason since, 2005, 2004. So it's almost 10 years I've been working with Jason. And so awesome. I love the submission grappling, but wrestling, you know, that's where I started. My boy, you know, he was a super state champ last year, And, you know, my dad has been wrestling, my uncles. I mean, wrestling is something that I really like it. I love the sport. It's a great sport because it's for everybody. You know, I mean, you could be a little kid, I mean, like a little sized kid, all the way up to big, huge heavyweight, and there's a place for you. So if you ever want to come train ground and work on takedown defense and just work on, you know, going takedowns, I'm always up for that.
Brother, that'd be awesome, man.
And you could do that at night, too.
Yeah, man. Plus, you're a bigger guy, too. So.
Well, I'm not as big as you, but I'm fat, so I got a little bit extra weight on me. So
man, ain't fat.
I mean, I'm in your, put it this way, I'm in your weight class. If it's anything over 205, I'm for sure in your weight class.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah. Okay, anytime you just want to text me and say, hey, dude, let's go shoot some takedowns. Let's go half hour over at the wrestling room. We can go do that.
I'm down with that. I'm serious, man, because I need it, man. Yeah. And the problem is, I'm going to be honest with you, I need to stop running from it. I make a lot of excuses for myself. Jason, all those, and they tell me too, man, you know, you need your jits,
Yeah. Well, even more than jits, you just need to work on takedowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Like not, because like you need someone like me trying to take you down and you just stuffing me over and
over
exactly. And saying, hey, man, get the freak off.
That's nothing. If I can stop have the takedowns?
Yeah. Because that's the only time I've ever seen you in trouble is if a guy's a good wrestler and he knows how to get to your hips. I mean, because the thing is, you're so tall, so it's not that hard to get in on a dude who's 6'7", you know, because you got big, long legs, and all you got to do is snatch one up. But, no, that's good, man. I'm happy to help you with that. Well, so is there anything, you know, specifically, you know, because every time we do this every week, you know, it's always fun meeting new people and talking about things. What's some things, or what's one thing that, you know, that you really enjoy talking about, or that you know, want people to know about you, or or that you want people to think about a little bit more? What's some stuff that means something to you?
I mean, well, for y'all don't know me, I am a real friendly guy. A lot of people look at me, like we was talking about earlier, they look at my image and they think otherwise, you know. Yeah. And when I tell people like I've been to jail, but I haven't been to jail.
Yeah.
It blows their mind.
What they think, that everyone thinks that you've been to jail?
But honestly, if I could say out of 200 people, probably 150 of them were like it's crazy how bad my image makes me look like I guess I'm a thug or whatever you want to call it, rapper, athlete.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a happy. I love kids. I love playing basketball, fishing. I love going fishing.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to go fishing, let me know. I want to be a coach. There's so much I want to do, but I can't because I need to work on my dreams, and I still have some dreams I need to take care of first.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love kids. I want to open a daycare one day.
Yeah. What makes you like kids so much?
Bro, it's just because, man, kids are so innocent, man. Like when you talk to a kid will keep it real with you. Most kids will tell you straight up. That's why Bill Cosby had that show. Kids say the darndest things. It's true, man. Adults will lie to you or be fake and this and that. The kids are innocent, man. You just need to teach them so we can have a better America, first of all, too, man. But
my sister one time, she went up to this lady in my church, and she's a bigger lady. She goes, hey, so are you pregnant or are you just fat? And she wasn't even trying to be mean. She just wanted to know.
Oh,
you know,
man.
I mean, kids do say, kids are honest, and you're definitely going to know. And so, I like kids, and that is an interesting thing. But sometimes, you know, that's one thing about me that I love is I have my own kids, and so it's so fun to like get to see the world through their eyes and get to, you know, watch them enjoy some of the things I enjoy, you know, and like watch them play football, watch them wrestle, watch them do those things. I mean, it's almost like, you know, I don't put pressure on them to say, hey, you have to do this or you have to do that. But I do say, hey, if this is what you decide to do, I want you to do it 100%.
Right.
And then I have a great time watching them chase their dreams and pursue their goals. And so it is fun being able to kind of, you know, relive my favorite memories are when I was a kid having a dream of playing football, you know, having a dream of you know, doing whatever it was that I was going to do in sports. And so it's cool having kids that are motivated and having fun doing that stuff. Well, so, you know, Seanté, I would say that I love having a guy like you around because the one thing that my wife, hates about Utah is there's no diversity. And so I love having friends like you. I like having people like you around because, you bring flavor and a variety to the Utah white bread Mormon population that we have here. And I just love having any chance I get to talk to you. And I'm glad we're friends, dude. I'm glad you could come in.
I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
For real, man.
Love you, homeboy.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right, buddy.
For real,
hey,
man.
that's it, man.
Appreciate it, brother. That was awesome, man.
No, that was right at time, 40 minutes.